Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are traveling to Brooklyn in New York City, and to be honest, I actually forgot to post this video because I shared my hotel review on the Ace Hotel, but I didn't share with you what we got up to in Brooklyn, and it was so amazing that I wanted to make sure I put this video out. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you how we spent a few great days in Brooklyn, what we went to see, where we went to eat, so much good food, and what else we did. So if that sounds good, let's jump in. So we started our Brooklyn trip. If you really want to go back and put the pieces of the puzzle together, we came from the Hudson River Valley where I was with my friends, and we drove back into New York City through the famous Brooklyn Bridge, which it's just such a cool thing to see up close, and even cooler to drive under it. The Brooklyn Bridge is a cable-stayed suspension bridge, and it spans the East River in between Manhattan and Brooklyn, and it definitely is an incredible sight to see when you're driving under it, when you walk across it, and also the views that you can see from it. The Brooklyn Bridge opened on May 24th, 1883, and at the time of its opening, it was the first fixed crossing, aka a bridge, of the East River. And also another fun fact for you, at the time of its opening, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world. So not the first, but the longest. So after we crossed the bridge, my friends dropped me off at my hotel for this leg of the trip. My friends live in Brooklyn, but I was not staying with them because their place isn't big enough. So I checked in to the Ace Hotel, which I have a whole video on my channel reviewing my stay, giving a room tour, all the tips on the hotel. Spoiler alert, I really liked it. So I will leave that linked down below with everywhere else that I have featured in this video as always. Then I checked in, I freshened up, and it was time to go to dinner. And my friends had such a cool treat in store for me for dinner. We went to a place called Hangul. It almost sounds like it's Haeneo, but it's a South Korean restaurant, and the pronunciation cue on their site is Hangul. So hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And the restaurant is named after legendary female divers from the Jeju Island in South Korea, and apparently these women hold their breath for 2 to 3 minutes at a time while they dive depths of 30 to 40 feet to harvest seafood and seaweed. So the restaurant is named and is meant to be an homage to these remarkable women because at the helm is the chef and restaurateur Jenny Kwok, who is also known as a pioneer in demystifying Korean cuisine. And oh my goodness, we loved everything that we had, from cured fish to a really beautiful fresh salad, different types of protein. Oh, everything we had was excellent. So if you are in Brooklyn, I would highly recommend a visit to this restaurant. I do not think you will be disappointed. They were really good with all of our allergies and intolerances because we had quite a few, and we were definitely stuffed to the gills at the end. So then I went home to the hotel, and the next day I met up with my friends again after a lovely stroll through Brooklyn. We went to Stumptown Coffee Roasters to grab a matcha. These were excellent. So Stumptown is actually really known for its coffee, but I also found the matcha latte to be excellent. And this location itself was quite a cool spot to kind of hang out in, or maybe bring your laptop to, but we had other plans in mind, and our plan was to go over to Brooklyn Bridge Park, which is an 85-acre waterfront park. As you can see here on screen, it has incredible views of the city. And fun fact here is that it actually occupies a space that once operated as a bustling transportation terminal. But this was not our final destination. We actually went in to the One Hotel Brooklyn Bridge. We were actually going to the Ferry, but we wanted to stop here and have a little look. And this hotel is described as a waterfront retreat. And as you can see with these interior pictures here, it's so beautiful inside. And we had like a little nosy around the ground floor. I mean, I would love to stay at this hotel. My friend got a little snack or two from the cafe, but we also went up to the rooftop, and even though it wasn't open, they let us go and have a look around just to see the views. And oh my goodness, the views of the New York City skyline and the Brooklyn Bridge are just spectacular. And again, I would love to see the vibe during the summer, because apparently there's a rooftop pool, and there's also all these wonderful sustainability features of the hotel too. So when you pair that with the incredible views and the luxury vibe, there's a Bamford spa in the hotel. This would be pretty high on my list of places to stay the next time I come to Brooklyn. So just down below the hotel is actually where the ferries pick up, which is why we wanted to make a pit stop here. And my friend has said one of the joys she has discovered living in Brooklyn is that you can just take like the ferry into Manhattan or other parts of Brooklyn, because Brooklyn is actually really large and there's kind of many kind of separate parts of it. So she had said to me, this is kind of one of the hidden secrets of life in Brooklyn, is just why take the subway or taxis or drive around when you could just experience life by boat? And even though we didn't have like the best of the best kind of day, it was like a bit hazy sunshine kind of day, I got to experience a little bit of life by ferry boat. And you know, I'm here for it. I thought it was so fun. It felt like we were having like a little touristy kind of great experience. And we got out in Williamsburg, and our first stop was to go to the Hoxton Hotel. And actually, fun fact here is the Hoxton in Williamsburg is the brand's first US hotel. Now, I've stayed at the Hoxton in Paris. I'll leave that one linked down below as well. Love the Hoxton. They have so many, like just such a beautiful design ethos. And I love how all of the Hoxton hotels have these lovely communal areas that whether you're staying there or you're not, you can go and work from there, grab a coffee or a tea. This one specifically has 3 different restaurants, which is why we came here, because we wanted to get a little bit of lunch at this hotel, because my friend really wanted to sit outside. So we had some awesome food that we got to go to eat outside on the patio at the Hoxton, which was so cool. And then we went and decided to go do a little shopping and sightseeing around Williamsburg. So Williamsburg itself is such a cool area. Like there are common stores there, like the Warby Parker store, that just have such a different vibe to reflect the neighborhood. And I didn't realize how posh Williamsburg was, because I saw Chanel, I saw Hermes, we went into Le Labo. I love Le Labo because the jasmine fragrance was incredible. And because I also write books on storytelling, they actually had like handwritten books telling the story of Le Labo, which I thought was quite a cool touch. Then we went for matcha number 2 of the day at Blue Bottle Coffee, which is also another fantastic coffee shop. But oh my goodness, the matcha here was like matcha latte was $8. I'm just coming from London, like the sticker shock on New York City prices is something else, but it was pretty outstanding as far as matchas went. And to be honest, we were just trying to kill a bit of time here after shopping before we went to dinner. And we went to dinner at a place called Rule of Thirds. And Rule of Thirds is a Japanese restaurant, and the focus is on transporting Japanese home-style cooking. And really the idea of fostering community, because there's all these different areas where you can sit in. Like there's a bar and lounge area where you can sit in and perch, which is a bit more communal, or you're waiting for your table and you want to have a snack. There's these kind of private little rooms that you can hire out for a group. We had a table in kind of one of the back areas of the restaurant. It's all these like little buildings constructed together. It's quite cool. You almost feel like you're stepping into Japan with the many different areas. I had this incredible cocktail that was hollowed out in a grapefruit. So come here for incredible drinks, incredible Japanese food. You know, the style of cuisine is just excellent, and everything is really meant to be kind of shared together. Definitely get the duck. So we got like the whole duck concept where we had like lots of some little small plates and snacks while we were waiting, but then this incredible duck was presented to us, which comes with like the bib lettuce, all these different kind of little sauces and pickles and dips, and get the duck. It is such an incredible presentation. So we were here for my friend's birthday, so it was like a very special occasion meal. And between the cocktails, the food, the friendly service, I just really loved Rule of Thirds, and I can see why it is such a sought after place in Williamsburg. And this is like some broth here that was on kind of one of our courses of the menu. So love that. And then the next morning I checked out of the Ace Hotel. It was time for my flight home that night, which was sad. And I ended up meeting my friend for brunch on the patio outside of the Ace Hotel. Had scrambled eggs, bacon, hash browns, toast. Everything was so good. So one thing I will say about the Ace Hotel in Brooklyn, they do have a lovely restaurant. The outdoor patio is just on the street in front of the restaurant, and it is like quite a busy road. So it's not like the most atmospheric patio, but it's still an option. Then after we decided to walk off breakfast, and my friends took me to the famous park in Brooklyn, which is Prospect Park. And Prospect Park is a 526 acre park in Brooklyn. Yes, you heard that correctly. So much outdoor space. I mean, Brooklyn in general was a revelation for me because I was just used to Manhattan and all the skyscrapers and the tall buildings. And here I am in this like leafy green oasis. And Prospect Park is actually pretty historic. It opened in 1867, although it was not substantially complete until 1873. And main attractions in the park, besides all the lovely green spaces, include the Prospect Park Zoo, the boathouse. It has Brooklyn's only lake, which is like 60 acres itself, I think. And there's a band shell that hosts outdoor concerts in the summertime. And it's just such a wonderful place to gather, to hang out, and you see why it's such a center of the community in Brooklyn. So after the park, we went to a place called Winner in Park Slope in Brooklyn, just for a little snack. My friends are such feeders, seriously, but they know all the best gourmet spots, and they were like, well, you just need like a snack for the plane, either before or bring it with you. So cute. And I ended up getting like this loaded focaccia, which I guess Winner is known for. And they always rotates. There's different concoctions, shall we say. And this one had, I think, radish, rhubarb, and asparagus, and maybe some sort of cheese in there. Oh my God, it was so good. I got an iced coffee for the car journey to JFK because you know your friends like you when they actually volunteer to drive you back to JFK. I mean, with the traffic in New York, I feel like that is the ultimate compliment and tribute to friendship, isn't it? Because then they have to drive back. So that was really, really kind and generous with them. And I had such a great time in Brooklyn. It was way too short. I would really love to go back again and explore more of Brooklyn. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. That means the world to me, as well as leave a comment and let me know. Have you been to Brooklyn? Do you have any great spots you recommend that I try out? Or others who are watching this video try out? I always say sharing is caring here on this channel. And then if you would like to join me on this wonderful YouTube journey, I would love that. Please hit the subscribe button, and that means that you will see all of my latest videos when you pop back on YouTube. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you soon.